Hey everyone, this is Leo Young here, and this is a new segment I like to call Impressive Thoughts or Impressive Theories. I'm not very sure which one, we're still deciding on it, and until then, we won't actually have a full-on logo like we do for Impressive Reviews. Anywho, so this theory slash thought is actually based on the CW's two new groups that have come up from Legends of Tomorrow, and that is the Legion of Doom and the Justice Society of America. And these are just, well, no, I guess I could just call them thoughts, really, because they're not really theories. But, so I'm going to start off with the Legion of Doom. So it's pretty obvious that the Legion of Doom is created by the Reverse Flash, Eobard Thawne. And I kind of figured that out myself because I looked at it and I was like, okay, they have Malcolm Merlyn, Captain Cold, and Damien Dark. And from what I remember, Captain Cold and Damien Dark are dead, so the only way you could actually involve them is if someone has the ability to time travel. And when I saw that Reverse Flash was on the team, I was like, he's the only guy capable of doing such a thing. Like, Damien Dark is powerful, yeah. Malcolm Merlyn is powerful, well, was powerful when he was Ra's al Ghul, but like neither of them can time travel the way Thawne can. If Thawne, like nobody really says it, but if Thawne wanted to, he could go back. If he could, I mean, he wants to, but he can't. If he could go back in time when everyone was a baby, and basically kill them. Like he doesn't have to worry about all that time ripple stuff because the Speed Force acts as a protective shield from temporal changes. Unfortunately, if he does kill someone like let's say, oh, who to kill? Okay, that sounds a little horrible. Let's say he goes back and kills Felicity. That messes up Arrow, and that messes up the Flash. That alone pretty much wrecks a lot. I guess some of you would say, no, that saves it from Felicity, if that's what everyone calls it. That saves the show from Felicity. But really, it does affect the other show. Like, if it wasn't for Felicity, then Barry probably wouldn't even be the Flash, and if he was, he would be dead from that little episode where Ray and Felicity come over to Central City and help him defeat Queen Bee. Barry would be dead. Alright, so going back to the Legion, because I like to, not the Legion of Doom, because I like to zone off sometimes. Um, Reverse Flash creates the Legion of Doom. I'm not very sure why, though. Mainly because, like, he wanted to nuke New York City. That's kind of questionable, because I know that Central City's on the west coast of America. And that's pretty much what I know. Central City's on the west coast, because it's near Star City. I mean, Coast City, and Coast City is definitely on the west coast. So, why the hell would he want to nuke? And no, I'll say that why he wants to do all this stuff, because I personally don't understand Dawn's reasoning, and I guess we'll understand it as time goes on. Now, he creates the Legion of Doom, and we don't really know if like they're going to become the Legion of Doom. You know what I mean? Or if they're just literally like Thawne's going through time, collecting like supervillains to do things. Like he goes back in time, he helps out Malcolm, he helps out Cold, he helps out Dark, but we never actually see all four of them together. If we do, that would be amazing. And the thing about it is, personally, if they do that, I feel like they're going to grow the team. Because if you know the Legion of Doom, or I guess they would call themselves the Secret Society of Supervillains, or the Injustice League. I don't fully know what name they go by, 100%. But if you know them, the team is a lot bigger than that. Like it would be Reverse Flash. If they wanted to go all the way through, it would be Reverse Flash, Damien Dark, Malcolm Merlyn, Captain Cold, Black Siren, Gorilla Grodd, uh, the Rogues, and hopefully, yeah, that's another video, but the Rogues, other people like that, like they would have all these people, because it kind of makes sense to create them. It's like the Flash is here, all these superheroes are here, and they're just going to make our lives a little bit harder now. And then they come into contact with the J.S.A, and it's like the Legends, if the Legends are here, then they're going to need help fighting the villains. And the reason I say that is because Malcolm Merlyn and Damien Dark alone are capable of amassing like entire armies. So they're going to need more than just the legends to help fight them. So the Justice Society hopefully has a much bigger like role in the show. I know they're only going to be in like 2 episodes so far, and then Vixen stays on. If I'm correct, she stays on the team to kill Heatwave because she thinks or to arrest him because she thinks he's a killer. She stows away on their ship in like at the end of episode 2. That's all I know about that. Now, get into the Justice Society. The current members are Stargirl, Dr. Midnight, Our Man, Obsidian, Vixen, and Commander Steel. Now here's the thing about it. I was a little upset about that. I was upset about Our Man and Stargirl being on the team. Mainly because I know Our Man is a legacy hero. I can't, but it's like the way they showed it, and it's going to be so interesting because Our Man came at the end of Legends Season 1 with the Wave Rider telling them not to go. But then they go anyways. But then something's going to come up where Mick says, Our Man, go tell my past self not to do this. And it's just going to be, is that going to be like, is that what's going to happen? Is that going to be like a Lupin thing or something? I really hope not. Anyways, or anywho, uh, and Stargirl. Now the thing was, I was hoping like Stargirl was brought back in time with the Legends, if that makes any sense. Like I thought like Our Man would have been like, hey guys, I'm from like the Justice Society that's going to be the Justice Society that's going to be created in a couple years, and I'm with a couple other members like Stargirl's in the ship. Let's go back in time so we can meet up with the past selves to help defeat people like Dark and Reverse Flash who are going through time and messing stuff up. You know what I mean? Like it's the Legion of Doom versus the future. It's the future Legion of Doom versus the future Justice Society. But it turns out no. Stargirl and Our Man are part of the 1940s Justice Society, and that's what kind of bothers me because I was expecting to see like Star Spangled Kid or Sylvester Pemberton as a member of the Justice Society, and not in like you know what I mean? Just so we can get that feeling of there's the old team. The Legends go back in time with, Citizen Steel and a couple other members, and they're like, oh wow, the Justice Society is so great. I wonder what happened to them. Oh, Reverse Flash, like, sent them all into the future. Or, like, he sent them all out of the time sphere. So they're literally stuck out of time. And so, like, the Legends have to work together with the future Justice Society members to help bring them back into the future, and that way we get, like, all these amazing characters. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense, it's like when the Justice Society went to limbo. But that's not what they did. Instead, it was like, well, we already seen it. Future, no. Past, yes. And with one other thing about them, it's just that, like, if you've seen the picture where they're all standing in the hall, really their headquarters, I don't know what it's called. I was about to call it the Hall of Justice, but if you see them stand in their headquarters, there's 6 members of the J.S.A, but there's I think 10 shares, which means there's 4 other J.S.A members that aren't present. Obsidian is the son of Alan Scott, the Green Lantern, and he's not anywhere to be seen. And there's no proof that he's around. Well, I mean there is proof, but there's no proof that he's the Green Lantern. He's the son of Alan Scott. There's no proof that Alan Scott became a Lantern. And the other thing is people don't actually add this fact. So far, of what I've seen, he's the son of Alan Scott, and he's the son of a like his father's Alan Scott, but his mother is another individual with superpowers. I forgot her powers. I forgot her name. I'm really just forgetting. I'm going off script on this one. But his mother also has superpowers, and Obsidian is actually a villain turned hero. All right, he was not very like he was a villain, then he turned hero. And one thing is, in this show, he is played by 2 actors, a young man and an old man. I'm not sure, I don't really remember their names, but old man as in like a guy who could be alive during the early 2000s. and maybe even longer because of Obsidian's abilities. Now, one other thing is, I just want to add, Obsidian is the brother to Jade Green, who is another DC character. That's just a quick little like thing I want to throw in there. Not saying that they're going to add that, but if he goes like, my sister is so much different than me, I would be like, okay, cool. DC, you're just hinting a bunch of other things that we want to see. Great. I'm still waiting for my male Dr. Light. I'm not waiting for my identity crisis. Please, no. No, 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 no. I'm waiting for my Dr. Light. Anyway, another thing was they have Alan Scott. The thing is they have Jay Garrick. Now this is the part I want to add, or I want to like bring up to attention. Jay Garrick is from Earth 3. Barry Allen went back in time in the second episode, Paradox, to fix time again. I don't know exactly how he thought he was going to do that. I think he was going to grab Reverse Flash and go like, don't you dare change anything. But really, we don't know how the time stream was changed. But, you know, maybe the Reverse Flash just decided to kill a couple people, a couple extra people. You know what I'm saying? But that's just that. Anyway, so for somehow, some way, Jay Garrick was able to move from Earth 3, then go back in time and chase Barry down? No, I don't believe that. And the thing is, he even says it when he stops Barry. Barry was like, when are we? We're at 1982. I mean 1998. This is a pretty good diner. You should eat here more. And I just sat there and I thought to myself, how does Jay know about a diner from another Earth at a completely different time? That basically brought to my attention that Jay Garrick may have came back to Earth 1 or Barry's Earth at one point and literally just went back in time. That's what I'm thinking he did. He went back in time because the thing is, there's no proof about Earth 3's. Well, there's no scene that shows Earth 3 because Earth 2 is kind of like old school. And when I mean old school, I mean like they had literally like clothing and styles that looked older than Earth 1. But they were smarter. You know what I mean? So it's not that far off to believe that Earth 3 may be the same way. It's like Earth 1, it looks to us modern. Earth 2, they dress a little old. They have a little different like architecture, like things that look in the 50s and like not the 50s and 60s, but like the 70s and 80s. So it's not that hard to believe that Earth 3, same type of deal with technology and all that. It's just everything is still old. Like you could still see one of those shaboopy, 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 the girl who's hard to get kind of scenes going on in the background. And that's the world Jay lives in. And because that's where the time Jay was created, basically. So it's not that hard to believe that Jay stuck to Earth 1 and just went like, you know what, I wonder. And then he just goes back in time. Now, one thing it would be awesome if they go like, okay, at one point, Jay did come back to Earth 1 and he went back in time. But the reason is, and this is where I'm like intertwining like the DC comic lores to the TV shows. In the future, when the rival is around, he's fighting Jay, and so to like protect himself from getting beat by an old man, which is kind of embarrassing for a person like the rival, because we've all seen how he acts. The rival instead runs back in time, and Jay chases him to 1940. And as they're fighting, one of the Justice Society members, aka Alan Scott, or maybe even Wildcat, I'll explain the Wildcat later, but maybe even Wildcat comes in and they help defeat the rival. And Jay's like, thanks. Alan's like, you're welcome. I haven't seen anyone else with power like that. And then the two start a little friendship, and as they stick around, and as Jay sticks around, because like I have someone who's a friend of mine, it's like Jay hasn't, because the reason I'm saying it like that is because in season 2, Jay was like, hey man, I gotta get back to my Earth. Jay never said, oh my god, Jones probably freaking out about me going missing. Oh my god, my friends, my family. It sounds like Jay kind of lives alone. He doesn't have friends. He doesn't have family. Um, because Hunter Zolomon has been around like a year longer than Barry, which means he's probably had Jay for a year 2 or 3 years as well. So Jay's been off his planet for a while. There is no telling how different or how similar his planet could be. Jay could be like, well, where I come from, the worst thing a person could do is like speed and rig elections. That's the worst thing And by speeding I mean like driving. And rig elections, that's really the worst thing that could happen to my planet. I mean my Earth. So I would be pretty freaking awesome if that was the case. That Jay was chasing rival back. He beats the rival. They hang out in 1940, and the rival just being the rival, he's still in that time. Jay's holding him hostage, and then rival breaks free. Jay's already like created the J.S.A. Well, he's helped create the J.S.A. Well, when I say 1940s, I mean it could be longer. Who knows? But like Jay creates the J.S.A. and all that good stuff. And hmm, well, Jay helps create the J.S.A. And rival just escapes. He calls some help, and then we have this whole Legion of Doom thing going on. You know what I mean? Because the Legion and the J.S.A. seem to be fighting, and that's pretty much my thought about that. It's like I wish they could have done that. They probably won't. 9 or 8 out of 10, they won't go that route. But if they did, that would be amazing because that would bring the J.S.A. to our time. But I feel like because Obsidian is played by an old man as well, they're gonna go like, oh well, the JSA, or they're gonna like, if you've ever read Geoff Johns' run on the JSA, like his very first JSA comic, I feel like they're gonna do something similar to that. It's like Obsidian is gonna hand one of the legends a list, and they're gonna be like, what is this? And then Obsidian is gonna be like, this is a list of everyone who has been related to a JSA member, their descendants. These individuals have powers. They have the skills and abilities. Or he could be like, I've seen the future, kid. I've been in the future. These individuals, it's like we need heroes. Like the Flash and Arrow, they're fine, all right, but we need a team. The Legends, you guys deal with time travelers. You don't help now. We need a team to deal with this stuff. The JSA needs to come back. And one of the Legends could be like, all right, then who are the people on this list? Obsidian could just be like, these are the people from the future who will become JSA members. I need you to go collect them and make them JSA now. We cannot wait anymore. And there we go. We have our Legends of Tomorrow Season 2, or Legends of Tomorrow Season 3. Maybe even the JSA Season 1. That would be amazing. Because this Fortnite crossover, that's going to be something to cry over. Because if they do it right, they're going to have the JSA and the Legion of Doom to it. And it's like the JSA, the JLA, the Legion of Doom, made the Legion of Heroes, and the Legends all together. And that's really just the hope of it, the broad scope of my thoughts on the Legion of Doom and Justice Society of America. Now, I just want to make this last quick note. I made a comment saying something about Wildcat being there in the old days. The reason I'm saying that is because the guy who played Wildcat is alive, all right, from Arrow season 3, I believe, but season 3 or 4. No, season 3. He's alive. The I believe it was Greg Berlanti even commented that he did not die. The actor, however, had other things to do. He couldn't come back to continue and become the Wildcat they were hoping to make. So, um, one thing I would say is that they could make Grant, uh, Ted Grant, an old man. The reason I say this is because the guy we saw in Arrow, they could change that up. They use Flashpoint to change some things. They could say that let me think, because I'm trying to like find a way to compare to bring in the fact that Ted actually has a real son, aka Wildcat 2, and that could work, but you never know. But you know, it probably could, probably couldn't. Who knows? I just as a DC, as a strong DC fan, as a strong JSA fan, I just want like the original Justice Society of America to come back to us with the right, well, not the right team, but with like, because Flash season 1 made one mistake for me, and that was episode 1's villain. Adam Smasher. When they killed him, I was like, there's no hope. I feel like that was their way, CW's way of saying, hey, you guys know the Justice Society? Yeah, they're not happening either. You're not gonna get any type of team. And then all of a sudden, like, wow, they're back. I can say that comment because of how they treated the Suicide Squad. Hey, you guys want the Suicide Squad? Show me how they look on Arrow. People love them? Great. Don't use them again. We're about to make a movie about them. I don't care if the actors feel upset about it. Movie about them. Now. Margot Robbie, Will Smith, that guy with the name of the character from Assassin's Creed, Adewale, I guess. Get them all together. Let's move. Anyways, that's about it. That's my thoughts on the Legends, Arrow, Flash, all of them. It's mainly just, I guess you could just say it's a small rant with personal thoughts and theories and hopes all together. So there's really nothing I can call this right now. Um, I plan on making more videos. In fact, there are going to be other like playlists, and well, not just me, but I'm also getting some help from some friends who are also interested in this type of stuff to help out with the reviews, the thoughts, theories, the impressive cooking, which I will most likely just be forced to eat other people's cooking while we videotape them making it. But other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun actually making this. Please subscribe, comment, like, share, really do anything. Don't dislike if you can. It will help us. We need feedback would be good because this is the first time we're doing these type of things. So yes, I know sometimes my voice can come off a little bit how you would say. Actually, no, I don't know how you would say it, but it can come off like low quality. I don't have a mic. I'm basically using the inbuilt voice recorder on my laptop or on Jupiter's laptop to do this stuff basically. But as time goes on, hopefully we get the funds to buy more items and stuff like that. So just just give us a bit, trust in us, give us your faith, and I promise we will repay you the best we can with quality videos. Quality over quantity and all that. Anyways, thanks for watching or thanks for listening. Hope you're having a good time. See you next week. Bye.